I'm not gonna go that extreme, you know? This is not gonna take me out of anything. What's up? Good morning, crew. Man, that sun was popping. Man, goodness, putting all this glare on my screen. But anyway, like I said, let's get the formalities out of the way. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. The link, I like that thing. And then follow me on Instagram, Murse Clyde. I think it was ugly. You may beg to differ. It's okay, we have a difference of opinion. I don't know if I've shown it, but if I haven't shown it, I probably will put it up and let you all see it. You guys, 46 days left until graduation. 46 days. Well, it's a pinning at least. Graduation is much later, but pinning, 46 days, guys. That's crazy. You know what I can do with 46 days? That's like, there's a lot that I could do. And, but not a lot of time. Considering 7 of those days are spring break, you know? Wow. It's amazing. I just can't believe that I'm literally touching pinning. Touching in class. Almost touching being an RN. I'm like more than halfway there, right? I like to think so. Of course I'm rambling. You know, there's nothing new. You've been here. You know that I tend to ramble. Content's gonna be heavy today. The cardiac that was supposed to be split from last week to this week, so half and half, is now all being piled on today because our professor, unfortunately, was out sick with the flu. She had the flu. And, yes, stay home. But, guys, I started reading because I said, you know what, I'm not going to wait for anyone. So I read the pulmonary chapter. Very good. Cardiac has 3 chapters on its own. So I read the first cardiac. I think it was, what was the first cardiac? The first cardiac was, just, cardiac conditions, coronary artery disease, myocardial infarction, things like that. These cars not moving. These cars were pretty low back. So I'm sorry. I'm looking at these cars. I probably cut that part. So the content is so heavy, and it's so content. So I did that chapter. Then eventually I got through the hemodynamic monitoring, the very critical cardiac stuff, hemodynamic. And I think this is where the myocardial infarction was. Cardiogenic shock, I think. And there was one other section. Cardiogenic shock, hemodynamic monitoring, myocardial infarction. What was the other thing? I don't remember. It was something serious though. But whatever it was, I didn't get through that. The EKG, the ECG, or whatever you call it, EKG, ECG chapter, which is very, very difficult, and I think that is going to give me some problems. I mean, I'm learning. I know just a little bit. I know P waves, are atrial depolarization, if I'm not mistaken. Atrial depolarization. And then you have the QRS complex, which is ventricular, is it repolarization? So it's depolarization, depolarization, I think. I have to look at it again. But hospice was nice. It wasn't nice, but considering I went into it thinking, oh my goodness, hospice, everyone's gonna look like they are, or act like they are. With the exception of a couple people. I mean, it was just like going to a regular hospital facility. I didn't feel, as I rev up, I didn't feel like it was a place of despair. And I think that's the purpose of hospice, is to try to maintain as normal quality of life, as you go through this disease process. There were a few discussions, though, of people being discharged from the hospice because they weren't declining. You're supposed to, as far as while you're on hospice, there's supposed to be some type of declines in order to justify keeping you on hospice. The nurse was putting her notes, and she was saying how, for X amount of weeks, it was no declines, and actually there were improvements. So I think that alone has kind of changed my outlook and my perspective on hospice. So, with that being said, I'm not as afraid of it as I was before. Whatever. I'm a nurse. I know death it happens, but to know that a certain outcome like death is expected for a certain patient, that's what kind of scares me. But guys, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. I'm on my way to class. Of course, I'm rocking a fresh outfit. Go to my Instagram. I'm gonna try to get a picture and post it up today. Try to get a picture. I will holler at y'all later. Thank y'all for watching, and have a great week. Peace. Good morning. It's test day. The test that I've been dreading, even more so than the last one. This is the cardiac and respiratory. And when I say cardiac, heavy cardiac. EKG strips, all of that. Guys, I'm worried. I'm so worried. And I study, And this is the crazy thing. I don't want to say crazy thing, but for the most part, I had all of the chapters read prior to, most of the chapters read prior to the actual lecture day. We had some hiccups when it comes to the lecture. In my opinion, I call it a hiccup because we were supposed to receive this lecture on 2 weeks ago, and we didn't actually receive the lecture. So the cardiac section is so content heavy that it was supposed to be spread out over 2 weeks. 1 week to focus on one part of the test, and the other week to focus on the other part of the exam. I didn't really I thought it was going to be heavy, especially if they thought initially that we needed it over 2 separate lecture days. So the first lecture day got canceled because unfortunately the professor was sick, and she didn't come in. She had the flu, which it happens. So while it wasn't planned, for me, in my mind, it set us back because we really needed that extra, oh my goodness, the extra time to really get with it. I don't know, man. I feel like I crammed, and not crammed in the sense that I didn't take ample time to prepare, because I did take ample time to prepare. It's just when I say cram, cramming for me is what happened last week. You put 2 weeks worth of material into 1 week. That's what I consider cramming. I studied, I read, I reread. The chapter that I was most concerned about, what is that? The chapter that I was most concerned about was the cardiac dysrhythmias and EKG chapter. That was the chapter that I was most concerned about, and I'm going to be honest. I read that thing twice. I read it once before, and then I read it again just the last couple days. And I really studied that because from what I understand, and I hope I'm not wrong in my assessment, what I understand is that exam is heavy with EKG. Very heavy with EKG. I have a classmate who unfortunately had to redo the semester, so she has experience with this. From what I understand, she said that this was the exam that took her out. Now, I'm not going to go that extreme, you know? This is not going to take me out of anything. However, she's smart, so, you know, I try not to base my readiness based off of somebody else's experience. However, in this case, because of the way the material was presented to us in the short time fashion, because of those factors, because it is such a content heavy, the cardiac is hard for anybody, okay? And I love cardiac, but the cardiac is just, it's a different beast, okay? And on top of that, we had a guest lecturer for pulmonary, respiratory, whatever you want to call it. And even that was a bit heavy. It was heavy. I remember reviewing it, and I'm like, why is it taking me so long to get through these PowerPoints? Because there were so many PowerPoints. So, whatever. It is what it is. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Yeah. So, check this out. Last little update. I had my LASIK surgery on Friday, this past Friday. My vision is good. I have some red spots on my eyes. You know, looks like blood vessels. And like, there's like 4 spaces. One of them is starting to clear up, but they said that those to be expected for 2 to 3 weeks. So driving isn't bad. I mean, I love the driving is amazing, and you know, I can put my sunglasses on if the lights are too bright, but it's still pretty dark out. So, but yeah, like 24 hours post-op, I had 20/25 vision. So that was pretty dope to know that my vision hadn't improved that much. And I talked to the doctor on my 24-hour post-op visit, and she said that 24 hours post-op, 20/25, amazing. It's only going to get better. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I'm excited about. And she said it takes about 3 months to see where the vision actually is going to head and end up. I don't have anything else, y'all. You know, wish me luck once again. Send some good vibes my way. Y'all, I'm so nervous. I'm not ready. But we're gonna make it through. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, all the good stuff. I'll post the links here. Post them down in the comment section, in the description box. All right, peace.